What's up, Envoys? Today is the second lesson of the Warframe Academy series, Mastery Rank. In this lesson, I will teach you how to get MR, what mastery ranks are important, and what you can receive. And heck, even the weapons that are really good when you hit certain MR. So let's take our seats and begin. Now, for those who don't know what mastery rank is, it's your total player level. As you level warframes, weapons, companions, etc., you will earn mastery points, and upon reaching certain thresholds, you will go up a mastery rank after you complete a mastery test. Going deeper into the mastery point themselves, you can earn them in the following ways. Every weapon, including their variations, kit gun chambers, Zaw strikes, arc-wing weapons, sentinel weapons, and amps, they award 100 mastery points per level for 3,000 in total when you level them to 30 for the first time. The paracesis and all adversary weapons, Kuva, Tenet, and Coda, give 4,000 mastery points. This is due to the fact that you can reach level 40 after forming them 5 times. Your Railjack, Warframes, K-Drives, Companions, and Arc-Wings award 6,000 mastery points. Necromechs give you 8,000 mastery points after you invest 5 Forma into them as well. Every node you complete for the first time will award mastery points. Do note these have varying totals. You can see which ones you haven't completed by their pulsing blue dot as seen on screen now. Additionally, every junction you complete awards 1,000 mastery points. And finally, Drifter intrinsics from Duviri and Railjack intrinsics give 1,500 mastery points per rank achieved. So with that out of the way, let's talk rewards. But first, let's go over the rewards that all ranks receive regardless. Every mastery rank you get, you will receive the following: 500 standing, which starts out at 16,000 at MR0, 50 Void Traces, which starts at 100 at MR0, 5,000 focus points, which starts at 250,000 at MR0, 5 levels for spawned enemies in the simulacrum starting at level 30 at MR0, and you gain 1 mod capacity every 2 MR up to MR30. That sounds pretty good, right? But it doesn't stop there. At MR10, 20, and 30, whenever you form a Warframe, you retain their abilities but not the fully ranked ones. So, for example, MR10 you retain all abilities at rank 1 when you forma, at MR20 you retain all abilities at rank 2 when you forma, and at MR30 you retain all abilities at max rank whenever you forma. With that out of the way, we can go more into detail on the individual ranks. The more important MR is 1 through 17 as they provide other benefits or access to specific weapons. From 18 to 29 there really isn't anything special, as it's just you level up everything to get to 30 and beyond. Let's go into each mastery rank and go over what you get and what weapons are best. I'll give you 1 weapon per slot to make this simple and easy. Mastery rank 1. Here you unlock bounty, specifically level 10 to 30. As for the weapons I recommend for this rank, they are the Strun, which is a very good early shotgun. For secondaries, there's really nothing here of note, so it's up to you what you want to level. But for the melee, the Glaive is the easy winner as its heavy attack forces slash procs. Mastery rank 2. You unlock trading with other players, meaning you can now start earning plat or buying stuff from others. In addition, you unlock level 20 to 40 bounties. For the weapons, I suggest the Boltor, an automatic nail gun, which is far stronger than the other primaries you have access to. Also, who doesn't like nailing enemies to the wall? The Sonicore is a fun weapon as well, and you should not miss it. Rather than outright killing them, you can have the fun of ragdolling enemies to death. For the melee, the Orthos, due to its high reach and fast attacks with any polearm stance. Mastery rank 3. You now have access to the syndicates like Steel Meridian and Red Veil, which will allow you to buy augment mods for Warframes as well as some weapons. Additionally, you unlock level 30 to 50 bounties. For the quest, you can do the Wave Rider quest, which gives you access to Ureli, and Mirror Defense on Mars, which gives you access to Citrine. For the weapons, I suggest the Tetra, the much stronger tech version of the Bratton, the Lex, which is Warframe's Desert Eagle and also gets stronger in the late game, The ceramic dagger of the Nightwave credit shop, which gets stronger in the late game as well. Do note this might not always be available, and make sure to check back with the Nightwave shop every week to see if it's there. If you don't have access to it yet, pick any of the melees available so you can keep building MR. Mastery rank 4. The only thing you get here is the quest Deadlock Protocol, which gives you access to Protea. For the weapons, I suggest the Heck, which is considered the best early game weapon in Warframe. Slap on Scattered Justice Augment mod, and the shotgun becomes the highest per shot damage obtainable at this current mastery rank. You can also turn your Lex into the Aklex, which would be the easiest. There is also the Viper Wraith, but that requires invasions and be lucky enough to get the part if it's available. And finally, along with the Deadlock Protocol, you get access to the Zorus, which is the only melee weapon in the game with infinite combo duration and is one of the best weapons for melee influence. Mastery rank 5. This is a big one. First, you unlock Sorties, which is a daily set of missions that gives you rewards like Rivens, Kuva, and Indo. Speaking of Kuva, you also unlock Kuva Siphon missions, which is how you farm Kuva for Riven mods. You also unlock Sands of Inaros quest, which gives you access to Inaros. Finally, you unlock Kuva Liches and Sisters of Parvos to get adversary weapons. I would ignore this for now, as a lot of the weapons require high MR to even get it in the first place. For the weapons, I suggest, if you are lucky and Stalker decides to bless you, I would go the Dread for the single target DPS and even becomes better late game. If the RNG gods are not on your side, go with the Ignis. The Atomos for the single target, or the Coalstar for the area damage, depending upon what you want your secondary to do. And finally, the Atarax, a favored whip amongst the community, as well as mine. Mastery rank 6. There is nothing here of note, but for the weapons, I would suggest the Soma, which is one of the strongest assault rifles to get early and mid game. Not to mention, this gets better late game as well. Brak is one of the best secondaries at this MR if you are able to get its components, and the dual Ichor, which gets even better late game. Mastery rank 7. You get access to the quest The Silver Grove, which gives you the ability to get Titania. For the weapons, I would go for the Tsar, which is one of the best explosive weapons you can get this early in the game, or you can try Sobek with the Acid Cells Augment. The Cyanoid Gamma Core is a secondary that can be built to deal with any faction. Do note this comes from syndicates, so if you don't have access to it, you can either buy it from another player or farm it yourself. And finally, the Serrata, which is similar to the Glaive, but it's an anti-corpus melee weapon. Mastery rank 8. First, you get access to the remaining syndicate melee weapons if you have the standing or the plat to buy them. Also, the remaining relays are unlocked for you, which I wasn't aware until this point that some of them were MR locked, so I guess I learned something new making this video. Also, you are at the minimum rank for Riven mods, however some still require high MR to even put on a weapon. Finally, and this is the big one, you get the ability to buy the Helmet segment from Sun on Deimos. This will allow you to sacrifice non-prime Warframes to it to gain access to a predetermined ability, an example being Roar from Rhino, and then you can place that ability on another Warframe of your choice. This is a very important source of power, and I would recommend getting this ASAP. For the weapons for this MR, I would recommend the Cedo, which is one of the best shotguns in the game, especially in its primed form. The Epitaph, a wrist-mounted secondary that is considered one of the best for spreading status effects. And once again, if the Stalker loves you, I would use the Hate if you can get the blueprint to drop. Otherwise, go for the Dragon Ninkana. Mastery rank 9. Nothing of note here, but for the weapons I would suggest the Ignis Wraith, which is arguably the most popular weapon and will be instrumental when you get into Steel Path. The Tysis, which is a very underrated secondary, and the Vastalok, a gunblade that will help you strip armor with the mod Shadow Impact. Mastery rank 10. So this one will allow you to auto-slot Iatan stars into sculptures. But if you have Steel Path unlocked, which if me mentioning the Ignis Wraith in the previous mastery rank wasn't the hint, you can now do Steel Path versions of bounties. For the weapons, I suggest one of my favorites, the Stalta, which has easily one of the most powerful alt fires in the game. The Knell, which rewards skill with high damage output if you can consistently get headshots, and the Glaive Prime, which is a straight upgrade to the Glaive. With this in mind though, it's very expensive weapon to buy from players if it is vaulted. If you can't get it, I would personally go with the Stropha, which is another gunblade similar to the Vastalot. Mastery rank 11. The only thing here is that you can now trade legendary arcanes to other players like Arcane Grace and Arcane Energize. For the weapons, I would suggest the Synapse, which is the most underrated weapon in the game. Dual Toxicist, which has a top tier Incarnate upgrade later on, and the Skajati, which you will get for free upon the completion of the Sacrifice quest. Wink wink, nudge nudge, go do it. Mastery rank 12. Unlocks all faction syndicate primary weapons. Yippee! Do note at this point you should be in Steel Path and have access to some primed weapons as well as galvanized mods from arbitrations. If you haven't yet, that is fine, but you should start working on your star chart. This is why for the weapons I would suggest the following primed weapons. The Burston Prime, one of the best assault rifles in the entire game. The Hystrix Prime, the primed variant of a fun gimmick secondary that can switch elements on the fly. And the Nakana Prime, one of my personal favorite melee weapons in the game. Mastery rank 13 and 14. Nothing of note here, but at this point you should have already had access to the Zerman. This is why I'm going to suggest the following weapons. The Finmore, boasting great DPS without forcing you into a crit build. The Latum, a contender for one of the best secondaries in the game. And the Enidem, an Incarnate dagger that lets you turn it into a pocket greatsword with massive effective range. Mastery rank 15. Congrats, you now have access to all market, syndicate, and dojo research weapons. The only thing you can't fully use are certain Riven mods and adversary weapons. From here on out, I won't be suggesting any weapons as you should be focusing on trying them all out for yourself and getting them for MR. Additionally, I'm going to rapid fire for these last two. Mastery rank 16, you can now use any Riven mod in addition to alternate weapons, which are adversary weapons. Mastery rank 17, now you can use all Coda weapons, which are considered adversary weapons as well. Mastery rank 30. As previously mentioned, 18 through 29 have no unique rewards, hence why we skipped to this rank. MR30 will reward you with several things, which are, you get 3 Umbral Forma, 15 loadout slots, 30 Riven mod slots, the True Master chat emojis, the True Master emote, the True Master Sundali, which is a landing craft hull ornament, the True Master's font, which is a relay blessing. The blessing altar now appears in the main hall of any relay. You can now use this altar once every 23 hours to bless all Tenno present in the relay with one of the following effects for 3 hours. Plus 25% affinity gain, plus 25% credits gain, plus 25% resource drop chance, plus 25% base health, plus 25% base damage, and plus 25% base shield. Additionally, polarizing a Warframe at least once will bypass the rank 30 Warframe requirement for sorties, Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, arbitrations, and Archon hunts. Legendary ranks. At the time of recording this video, there are no unique perks unlocked once you get past 30. You do get 1 legendary core, which is super nice, along with your normal syndicate and void trace increases. Now, some other info you might want to know is all Warframes have a 0 MR requirement to use. However, some quests are locked behind MR, so it might take a bit to get them. Additionally, you can bypass an MR locked item by buying it from the market or buying the Prime Access for primed weapons. And that's the video. I do hope this video helps you better understand Mastery rank and helping you decide what weapons to use. If you have any suggestions for other help guides you want to see, post them in the comments below. I hope to see you guys in the next video, so until next time, Envoys, bye!